ABC presenter Lee Sales today wrote that ABC presenters are being viciously abused by Twitter warriors who are picking on her, on Lisa Miller, on David Spears, used to work here on Sky before going to the ABC, on Fran Kelly and on Stan Grant. And now the thing here, Sophie, is that not one of those ABC people, they're what I'd describe as conservative. I mean, Fran Kelly is very much of the left with just about every cause you can think of, and Stan Grant is into the new tribalism, and even David Spears, left of centre. I'm sure I'd agree with that. But Lee Sales says they are not actually being abused by the right. She says, let's not duck the common thread here. It is overwhelmingly left-leaning Twitter users who are targeting ABC journalists for abuse. What does that tell you?
Well, what that piece told me today, Andrew, is that this isn't about attacks on ABC journalists solely. Lee missed out an important point here. Now, speaking from my own experience, if you identify as working for News Corp on Twitter, you get absolutely mauled online. I get it every day, day in, day out. It's relentless. She missed that. She made this sound like it was just something happening to the ABC. And that it was the leftist trolls, hurling abuse at these ABC reporters. It goes far bigger than that. And I thought that was a very narrow view from her, not to look at the broader picture, as we did in our story in The Australian on Monday, pointing out that this problem is widespread. It's across the board. You know, people have complained on Twitter, such as Neil Mitchell at 3AW, Lee Sales, Lisa Miller, Joe Hildebrand at news.com and 2GB. It's a bigger problem. It's not just something that is happening to ABC journalists and presenters.
Have they ever looked at what Twitter says about me? I tell you what, they'd freak if they were being called pedophile enablers and scum and all sorts of things. Like I just read today. I mean, it's just so extraordinary. But I wonder, it seems to me this abuse is getting under their skin. Like some of them are walking away from their Twitter accounts or whatever. And it worries me that they will then temper their views if they get affected in ways that some of us have just become hardened to on the conservative side for many, many years now.
Well, yes, we are seeing some of them come off Twitter. I've got to say, Andrew, I mean, you haven't got a Twitter account from what I know. Imagine if you opened up one. I mean, wouldn't there be a pile on there? I mean, you're trending a lot of the time and you're not even on there. But I think Twitter is becoming more and more a waste of time. It's a little echo chamber for these psychopathic leftist trolls, predominantly, most of them anonymised, who hurl vicious abuse day in, day out, and they seem to get off on it. It's really quite disturbing. And Twitter do nothing about this, Andrew.
No, they don't do anything about it. I just think maybe some of the ABC presenters should get a little harden up, dare I say. Twitter is a sewer. I don't have Twitter because I may as well just stick my head in the toilet and flush repeatedly because that's what I think of Twitter. And if they want to be on it, they cop it. But anyway, Sophie Elsworth, thank you so much indeed for your time. I have to say, you've copped a lot lately. I have noticed that. I feel very sorry for you. Some people should get a life. And good on you for standing strong. I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for your time.